What if I told you that the biggest lie in business, well, it isn't about money or marketing or even timing. It's this, that you need to be big to win big. See, everyone's out here trying to become the next Amazon, right? The next Apple, the next tech unicorn. But here's what nobody's telling you. The giants, they're terrified of you. Yeah, you, the small business owner, the solopreneur, the quote underdog. Because while they're busy protecting what they have, you're out here with something they lost a long, long time ago. Agility, authenticity, and hunger. Welcome to David versus Goliath, how small businesses beat giants. I'm about to show you why your size isn't your weakness, it's your weapon. And by the end of this, you're going to see your competition completely differently. Let's go. So here's the problem most small business owners face. It's comparison paralysis. You scroll through LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and all you see are these, success stories of massive corporations. I mean, unlimited budgets, 1,000-person teams, marketing campaigns that cost more than your annual revenue. And you think, how can I compete with that? So you try to copy them. You try to scale before you're ready. You burn out trying to be everywhere at once. And you lose what made you special in the first place. That personal touch, that story, that fire that made you start this thing. But here's the shocking truth, and this'll mess you up. 90% of Fortune 500 companies from 1955 are gone. Yeah, Kodak, Blockbuster, Borders, giants that thought they were untouchable. Just wiped out by smaller, faster, smarter players who understood something they didn't. The game has changed. And David's winning. So how do small businesses actually beat giants? Let me give you the framework. I call it the 5-stone strategy, straight from the original David himself. Stone number 1, speed over size. I mean, while big companies need like 6 months and 12 meetings to approve a new button color, you can change your entire business direction by lunchtime. Netflix took years to kill Blockbuster, but it started as a scrappy, agile DVD by mail service. Your ability to move fast, it's your superpower. Okay, stone number 2, intimacy over scale. You know your customers' names. You respond to their DMs personally. You care. Giants can't fake that. They have shareholders and quarterly reports. You have relationships and trust. That's currency they just can't buy. Stone number 3, niche over broad. Amazon wants to sell everything to everyone. No. You need to serve one specific group of people better than anyone else on the planet. Because when you are the only solution for somebody's specific problem, price, it just becomes irrelevant. Stone 4, story over budget. Big brands, they spend millions on these polished ads that everyone skips. You have something better, a real story. People don't connect with logos, they connect with journeys and struggles and victories. Your origin story is your marketing goldmine. In stone 5, faith over fear. And here's the one that changes everything. David didn't step into that battle with confidence because he was bigger or stronger. No, he stepped in with faith. He knew who he was and whose he was. This is where I have to talk about a game-changing resource. It's Unchained Potential to Rise Above by Dr. Arlen K. Parham. This book, it breaks down biblical principles for growth that literally unlock the giant slayer inside of you. Because look, before you can beat the external giants, you have to deal with the internal ones. Fear, doubt, imposter syndrome. Dr. Parham gives you the spiritual framework that the Davids of this world operate from. You can find it on all major platforms, and trust me, if you're serious about this journey, you need this book in your arsenal. All right, so how do you apply this today, like right now? Tomorrow morning, I want you to do this. 1, identify your giant. Who's the competitor everyone thinks is unbeatable? Write their name down. 2, find their blind spot. What are they too big to do? Are they too slow, too impersonal, too generic? That's your opening, right there. And 3, double down on your stone. Pick one of those 5 stones and just go all in on it this week. Post your authentic story. Personally call your top 10 customers just to thank them. Serve your niche so specifically that the giants can't even see the market you're dominating. Here's the promise, okay? When you stop trying to be the giant and start operating like David, strategic, focused, faith-fueled, you won't just compete, you'll win, and you'll do it on your terms. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah ran a small coffee roasting business from her garage. 3 employees, 1 beat-up roaster, and dreams bigger than her bank account. Then, 2 blocks away, a Starbucks opened, then another, and everyone told her you can't compete, they've got billions. But Sarah didn't try to compete on their terms. She did something brilliant. She started coffee and story nights, free events where local artists and entrepreneurs shared their journeys. She learned every single customer's name and their order. She donated 10% of her profits to local schools. She posted these raw, behind-the-scenes videos of her roasting process, the burns, the failures, the breakthroughs. Within 2 years, she had a cult following. I mean, people drove 30 minutes past multiple Starbucks just to get to her shop. Why? Because Starbucks sold coffee. Sarah sold belonging. She sold story. She sold community. Today, Sarah has 3 locations. Meanwhile, 2 of those nearby Starbucks closed. David beat Goliath again. And here's the kicker. Sarah told me her turning point was when she stopped seeing herself as just a small business and started seeing herself as God saw her, capable, called, and carrying something the giants couldn't replicate. That mindset shift, that's the unchained potential Dr. Parham writes about. That's what separates the survivors from the champions. So here's my challenge to you. What if you stopped playing small? Not by getting bigger, but by getting better, more focused, more authentic, more you. The giants are scared because they know the truth. The future doesn't belong to the biggest. It belongs to the boldest. And you're bolder than you think. If this fired you up, here's what I need you to do. First, grab Unchained Potential to Rise Above by Dr. Arlen K. Parham on Amazon or Audible. Let those principles rebuild your foundation. Second, share this episode with one business owner who needs to hear this today. Be the voice that reminds them they're a giant slayer. And third, take one action this week using the 5-stone strategy. Just one, and watch what happens. Because the world doesn't need another giant. It needs more Davids. Now, go out there and pick up your stones. The giant's waiting, and you were born for this. Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. Goliath's greatest strengths, his armor, his spear, his size, were the very things that made him slow and vulnerable to a different kind of attack. So what is the one strength your biggest competitor prides themselves on that you can turn into their greatest weakness?